So apart from indexing, the next thing is unpacking lists. How can we unpack these lists? We can print each of them, but can we save each of them to different variables? Yes. How? How many items do we have here? 9 items. So I can declare different variables. Is that understood? I can write students, student1, student2, student3. That means I have to declare how many variables? 9. So do I have time to start typing? Let me copy and paste. Yeah, student 3, this should be student 4. Then this is student 5, student 6, student 7, student 8, and student 9 is equal to students. So it has been unpacked. So with this, can I add student 1 to student 9? Can I? Why can't I? Because student 1 is a string, student 9 is what? A float. Is that understood? I cannot add. Can I use plus between student 1 and student 2? That plus is called what? Concatenation, because that means I'm concatenating two strings, isn't it? Can I use plus between student 4 and student 9? Yes, student 4 is what? Integer. Student 9 is what? Is a float. Then I can add them, isn't it? So I can also print student 1 plus student 2. That is concatenation, isn't it? So if I print this, it should concatenate Regina and Somaya. I can also write student 1 plus /n plus student. What have I done? I concatenated another character, right? Which is a what? A new line character. So when I print this, then I have Regina Somaya. Then what if I only want to unpack a few items? I don't want to unpack everything. I want to leave the rest as a string. So let's take, for example, I only want to unpack Regina, Somaya, and Rehab only. I want to leave the rest as a list. So how many variables will I need? It's 4, not 3. Okay, so that the first is Regina, the second is Somaya, the third is Rehab, the fourth will be the remaining list. But this will not print. This will give an error. And I will tell you the reason why it will give an error. Can you see? It gives an error because it's expecting 9 what? 9 variables and not 4. But we want the fourth variable to be the rest of the items, isn't it? So you need to put an asterisk before that variable to tell the IDE that this variable is a special one that have the remaining of what? Of the list items. Is that understood? So with this asterisk, no error will be generated. Is this understood? Then I can now print each of them. So let me print. Then with this, I can print student 1, student 1. Then let me print student 2, student 3, student 4. So student 1, student 2, student 3. So why printing student 4? You don't need to put asterisk again. The asterisk just denotes that that is the rest of the list. Is that understood? So if I print this now, then I should get, can you see this, everyone? So Regina, Somaya, and Rehab has been unpacked. Every other item remains in the list. Is this understood, everyone? Yes. So apart from this, I can also have student 3 before the asterisk. So this means student 1, the first item will be unpacked, item 1 will be unpacked, and the last item. Then the remaining in between will be a list. Is this understood? Good. So if I print this, Now, then you can see student 1 is what? Regina. Student 2, Somaya. Then the last one, 10.891. So the one with asterisk has what? Has the list. Is that understood? So you can put that asterisk anywhere. It depends on the number of things or the position where you want to unpack. Is that understood? So that is unpacking of items in the list. You can also unpack in groups, just like we did with strings. You can unpack in groups. Let's take, for example, student 1 is equal to student 0, 3. Can you see? What index does it start from? What does it end at? 2. Then let's print student 1. Can you see we also did this with strings, isn't it? Yeah. As a group. But it's still what? It's still a list. Is that understood? Not an individual item. It's still a list. I can also have it as 3 to 7. Can you see that? If I have it as student of -1, what would that give to me? The last one, it goes to the right and take only one item, isn't it? Yeah, that is the last item. That is index 1. At the right, you start with index 1. At the left, you start with what? Index 0. Is that understood? So when you print this, you can see this. So when I have -2, index 2, isn't it? At the last. Is that understood? Then if I have 2 full column, what would this do? From the second index to the end, isn't it? To the rest. That full column means the rest. Okay. If I also have full column -1, what does it do? It what? It reverse or mirror, isn't it? It mirrors everything. Very interesting. So yes, you can add 2 lists together. So if this list is students, I also have another list teachers is equal to Ismail, Tatenda, Maria, Sanyu. Is that correct? Okay. If it's not correct, then it's not the person. Then I also have Somaya. Oh, Somaya has been promoted. Okay, good. So we can add these 2 lists. Is that understood? Then we can have class is equal to students plus teachers. So the 2 lists, because class is a keyword in Python, so I cannot use a keyword to what as a variable. So I can write school class or my class. Okay, so now this works. So with this, then I can print my class. Then if you run this, can you see the 2 what list has been joined together as one list? Is that understood? We don't call it concatenate, we just say adding 2 strings together, but not the addition in mathematics. It's just like combining. Is that understood?